So, welcome to Classic Car Cave. As you can see, I've got an extra Mini in the fleet. This is a 1100 Mini Special, but been turned into a convertible. We worked on this car about 3 years ago, and I'll put up some of the backstory if I can find the old video and explain what the situation was. We recovered it from Passau. Belongs to a friend of ours now. Been a friend since we fixed it up for him, Jeremy. Been down to his house in Croatia, his holiday home in Croatia, and he stayed here last night. He brought it on a trailer that he'd hired from the UK, and wasn't sure what he was going to do, whether he was going to take it back to the UK, whatever. And I said to him, look, we can fix it. And what we then did was, I'll come back to this in a second. What we then did is we went out and my Mini with these seats in it from Newton Commercials, which are very expensive, but they're extremely nice, and they sit really nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to, by spring next year, I'm going to hang on to it till spring until they come over and they pick it up. So the backstory on it, his son, they've had the car over there, like I said, for about 3 years in Croatia. They just keep it in their home there, and then they run around the peninsula where they are. They're right on the sea. And unfortunately, his son, I don't know the full story, he doesn't know the full story, but he came off the road apparently a bit, and it's very rocky in that part of Croatia. There's lots of rocks everywhere, and unfortunately it hit some kind of rock, and it's hit the tie rod on the bottom, which I need to investigate. But if you look, you can see where the damage has been there. Obviously the rock went underneath there. You can see how that corner's damaged, and it's ripped part of the bumper, and you can see the bumper is bent as well there. I don't know how much damage it's done to this side. Anyway, so he says that the steering or the drive shaft is damaged, but I haven't taken it off yet, so I'm going to take it off and have a look. But if you look at that wheel, you can see how far back that is into the arch. You can see, and I can see from here that the tie rod is, the bottom rod is bent, so that needs a replacement. So what I'm going to do is I'll take off the wheel and just see exactly how much damage there is to it, and we'll go from there. I'm fairly sure we can get that body out, because the arch is only scraped. I'm fairly sure we can get that body knocked back out, and hopefully we can do it paintless, or we can just paint that bottom panel. Anyway, we've got quite a long time to work with it. It's a cracking little car. Whoever did the conversion made a really good job of it. It's been very professionally done. It's got solid box sections down both sides, so I mean, it's not just a bodge, it's been done correctly. It's a very good conversion. I've never been that keen on these tops, but of course it's in Croatia, so they don't use it. They're only air in the summer, so probably the top's down most of the time. But it's a good little vehicle, and he's got quite a few of these, quite a few Minis. So I'm going to take this wheel off and see exactly what the problem is. The unfortunate thing is Amir is off for just under 3 weeks, 18, 19 days, whatever it is. And if I can't, the drive shaft is damaged. I'll need him to give me a hand to either pull it onto the other trailer or put it onto these skates that I have to move the car, and we can push it around and up the hill and onto the ramp. So I'll see how it is when I take the wheel off. The other thing he's going to do is he's going to put we're going to put better suspension on it, better cones, possibly gas struts on it like I've got on this one here. And he wants to change the seats for the Newton Commercial, because these Mini seats are garbage. And you know, he just says it when it's the roads down in Croatia are not great. Probably even in the UK they're better in Croatia, but there's lots of dips and bumps, and of course every time they go over a bump it just shocks them. So we'll make the, you know, through the spine, and he wants something that's a bit more comfortable to drive, so that's what we're going to do. So I'll show you once I've got this wheel off. So on a very quick inspection, the first thing you can see is that tie bar has ripped the front of the subframe. There's a rip almost right across it. I'll bring this out so you can see it better. Obviously the tie rod is completely bent, you can see there. This is just a very quick inspection. on the back of the subframe you can see that's bent up, and the sandwich on the back looks okay against the heel board, or against the toe board, but I'm not sure, but it has done some damage underneath. There's some damage here. If I bring this out, you can see where the wheel's been up against it here, and the reason there's no drive is, that's showing up. Get that around a bit more, you can see that outer CV is completely knackered. That's obviously smashed it when it went over the rock. And the bottom here looks like this subframe here. You can see there's a kink in it there. That's what I can see so far. They were brand new, these bump stops, and they're split. There must be some really bad roads that they're using down there, but it was 3 years ago, but there shouldn't be. There's nothing on the stop, it's just been hit up too hard. It needs better shocks on it. These were the basic ones, and I think they're not putting gas on it for him. But I can see so far, and then obviously there's this damage here, which is all, that's showing up, so my hand's in the way. So you can see this damage here. So I'll have to sort that out as well. So yeah, I really need to get it on the ramp to inspect it properly, but at least we know where we are roughly. So this is a bit of a mystery car. This is a 1979 Mini 1100 Special, as you can tell by the wheels and the striping. It's been made into a convertible. Yesterday I got a call from an English chap was driving this car from the UK to Croatia, which is a good distance from here in where I live in Austria. They've been driving it for some days, I think. They had some serious problems with it. It had brand new tyres. It had some work done in the UK, but I don't know exactly what at the moment. Anyway, the bottom line is, and the reason I look so haggard and tired, because, well, I'm old apart from that, is that they broke down on the border just between Germany and Austria, which is about 330 kilometres from here. How does it feel? It's all over the place, is it? Steering. But can you, the CVs you can't hear though.
No, I'll try.
Okay. So we've brought the car in. You can see the tops. We've taken the top down. So what's wrong with it is, he'll show you. You can top and tail it, or side to side. You can see how loose that wheel bearing is, and even that nut can be turned by hand. If you took the split pin out, you can see. And it's the same on both sides. So no wonder that you can see how bad the feathering is on those. And on the back, they changed the tyres. He's actually sent me a thing saying, can I get 4 new tyres for him? But in fact, that one is old. Look at the cracking on that. Anyway, so we're going to take the bearing apart and just see if it's damaged or not. I don't know how many hundreds or thousands of kilometres they've done on it, but we'll see how they are. So he's going to strip it down now, and we'll bring you back when we see what's going on. Okay, so we've taken the car apart. What's happened is before they left England, they had a guy get a upgrade kit from drum brakes to disc brakes, which is fine, but as you saw, the wheel bearings weren't tightened properly. These top ball joints are ridiculously tight. The bottom one's not great either, and they're the spring-loaded ones, but the top one is well over tight. There's not a shim in it, and it's not even captive on there either. Shock absorbers absolutely shot both sides, so I've got some basic ones which will do for him. He's out there only running around in Croatia with it, so everything will be good. A few issues. This was completely shattered. This tapered ring was completely shattered, and the bearings, you can see the, particularly on that one, you can see the bluing inside. Hopefully you can see it. So they're shot. So I've got new bearings. And there's quite a few other bits and pieces on it. Unfortunately, toe board mountings. You can see here that the way he's put that hose on it, that caliper hose. Look how it's bent, or it's not been put on correctly. It should be put onto the caliper first and then straightened and put in through the subframe. That's twisted to hell, so it'll be pulled every time you turn the corner. And I would imagine this side is going to be the same. So yeah, there's quite a few things to do. The toe board rubbers, or the toe board mounts, are absolutely knackered. They're actually not even attached to the car. They're split on both the rubbers. No wonder it was banging every time they accelerated or decelerated. The lamination of the rubbers can come completely away, so we'll have to replace them. And obviously somebody's been jacking it up underneath here. But you can see on this car that this is a completely different sill. And there's a reason for that, obviously, because it's been made into a convertible. This is probably 3mm steel, I would imagine, and you see there's no flutes in it. And because obviously it's a convertible, obviously what they've done it to strengthen it up. But it does look like it's been done quite well. You can see it's been all box section in there. These carpets must be specially made for it. But you can see how thick that box section is all the way back. So it looks like whoever converted it made a good job. A few things with the dashboard's rattling, a few other bits and bobs, and all the tyres are buggered, even though they're brand new, unfortunately. So we've just managed to get some new Falcon tyres for it, but you can see that shock absorber's the same. That's weeping. So there we go. Yeah, a few things to do and get it right. So we'll crack on. That kind of ride would be acceptable to you then?
Well, more than acceptable.